Parliament approves the decision to appoint Fatima Habiba as a member of CSC. And the President declares that student loans will now be given to all eligible students seeking higher education opportunities. Welcome to the English News. I'm your host Malak Ahmed Fayaz. Now for the news in detail. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu takes a significant step towards addressing the employment needs of former civil servants by approving the provision of civil service job opportunities for those who were previously employed in such positions. This decision follows the deliberation of a bill proposed by the President during a cabinet meeting convened at the President's office. In response to President Dr. Muizzu's directive, measures are being implemented to establish a registry for former civil servants interested in assuming interim roles within underserved areas of the civil service. These individuals will be employed under the wage employment policy, providing them with renewed opportunities to contribute to public service. Moreover, initiatives are underway to develop a specialized pay structure aimed at attracting individuals with technical expertise to government employment. This strategic approach seeks to incentivize professionals educated in various technical fields to consider employment opportunities within the public sector. Additionally, a decision has been reached to allocate 50% of the budget of the Higher Education Loan Scheme exclusively for highly technical fields, further encouraging individuals to pursue education in these areas. The primary objective of this initiative is to address the challenges stemming from the high demand for civil servants amidst a shortage of labor. By recruiting a sufficient number of qualified individuals, the government aims to ensure the effective delivery of civil services to the populace. During the cabinet meeting, discussions also centered on the impediments encountered in recruiting civil servants and the factors contributing to turnover in government positions. The Parliament approves the decision to appoint Fatima Habiba as a member of the Civil Service Commission (CSC). During the parliamentary session, the decision to appoint Fatima Habiba as a member of the CSC received approval, garnering a total of 38 votes. Habiba's nomination was successfully endorsed, granting her the position in the CSC. However, the nominee Abdul Hasib Ismail did not receive approval from the parliamentarians. Habiba has served as the Director General of the Civil Service Training Institute since December 9, 2019. Her appointment comes following the conclusion of Fatimat Amira's tenure as a member of the CSC, leaving a vacancy in the Commission. The composition of the Commission now includes 5 members, namely President Nasir, Vice President Ibrahim Rashid, Member Mohammad Farusat, Member Fatimat Sharif, and the newly appointed Fatimat Habiba. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu declares that student loans will now be given to all eligible students seeking higher education opportunities. The announcement was made by Minister of Higher Education, Employment and Skills Development Dr. Mariam Maria during the public forum AHA. The opening of this year's student loan application process, initiated on February 29th, marks the first such initiative under President Dr. Muizzu's administration. Initially scheduled to conclude on April 25th, the application deadline was extended to May 2nd, providing further opportunities for aspiring students. Under this scheme, the government has allocated 500 loan opportunities spanning from diploma to PhD programs. During the forum, Minister Maria reiterated the government's commitment to simplifying the student loan process and addressing the challenges faced by students aspiring for higher education. She announced President Dr. Muizzu's decision to grant loans to all eligible students who apply in this round. The loan scheme offers flexibility for students to pursue their studies in their preferred countries, focusing on fields deemed essential for the Maldives' development, such as construction, aviation, and agriculture, as outlined in the President's manifesto. Notably, this year's scheme includes provisions for students with disabilities, with the government pledging to cover additional expenses based on individual circumstances. Furthermore, existing students and those enrolled in free degree programs will also have access to the loan scheme to cover supplementary expenses. The Ministry has allocated 370 opportunities for new entrants and 130 opportunities for existing students. In cases where students face challenges completing their programs due to unforeseen circumstances, top-up loans will be available, capped at $45,000 to support their continued education journey. Minister of Homeland Security and Technology Ali Hussain assures issue of illegal foreigners residing in the Maldives will be solved within a 3-year time frame. Speaking at the AHA Forum, Minister Hussain responded to a citizen's query regarding this pressing concern, shedding light on the steps being taken to rectify the situation. He emphasized the need to accurately ascertain the total number of foreigners in the Maldives, a task that will be achieved through the collection of fingerprints from all foreign nationals within a year. This initiative will commence on May 2nd, starting in Himmafushikaf Atoll and gradually expanding across the country. Once the fingerprints are collected, they'll be cross-referenced with existing work permit records to determine each individual's legal status and custodianship. Minister Hussain highlighted the complexity of transferring custody of foreigners, acknowledging the need for streamlined procedures in the regard. However, he assured that after the data collection process, efforts will be made to facilitate legal transfers within the established framework. Furthermore, Minister revealed foreigners found to be residing illegally will be given an opportunity to rectify their status by entering the system. He added that failure to avail this opportunity will result in deportation, with those lacking proper identification documents being swiftly repatriated in collaboration with relevant embassies. Moreover, the government is actively enhancing information management systems to bolster border security and immigration control using modern technology. Looking ahead, Minister Hussain underscored the anticipated rise in demand for unskilled labourers due to the government's ambitious development projects under President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu's leadership. Special emphasis will be placed on ensuring legal entry for such labourers, thereby contributing to resolving the foreigner-related challenges within the stipulated 3-year time frame, he added. Minister of Health Dr. Abdullah Khalil has affirmed that the construction of the new health centre building in Kudafari, Noon Atoll, will proceed without delay. He conveyed this assurance while addressing a query in Parliament. During the parliamentary session, parliamentarian Ahmad Isa queried why the construction of the Kudafari Health Centre's new building had been contracted and handed over to the site contractor without commencing work. In response, Minister Khalil said that the contract was awarded to the contractor on August 29th of the preceding year. Despite this, he said work has not yet commenced even after the conclusion of the last presidential term. Additionally, Minister Khalil noted that typically the site should be mobilized within 2 weeks of being handed over to the contractor. He, however, said that despite consulting the contractor twice since the government's assumption of office, mobilization of the site has not occurred. He emphasized that the construction of the new health centre building in Kudafari would persist even if a change in contractors were to take place. Furthermore, Minister Khalil highlighted that the health centre on the island is assessing the need for service enhancements. Minister of Fisheries and Ocean Resources Ahmad Shyam has underscored the importance of intensifying plastic recycling practices. Addressing the media at a campaign event, Minister Shyam shed light on the significance of collaboration and teamwork to reduce plastic consumption. The minister stressed that the amount of plastic recycled on a daily basis continues to diminish at an alarming rate, highlighting that while plastic waste contributes to 8% of the total waste accumulated in the country, he revealed that only 1% is currently being recycled. On this stance, the minister noted that the 8% of plastic waste is equivalent to 20,000 to 25,000 metric tons, emphasizing the necessity in strengthening waste management systems in the modernized manner. Furthermore, Minister Shyam stated that if plastic recycling practices are intensified, it will benefit the environment. The campaign launched at the Central Park of Furumale will distribute 10,000 cloth bags in Male city area. The campaign aims to reduce the usage of single-use plastic while increasing public awareness regarding the issue. Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Muhammad Amin has stated that over 50% of the domain numbers being utilized in the Maldives are unauthorized. During the second AHA Public Forum, the minister revealed the opportunity for unauthorized domain number users to register within the legal framework, underscoring the imminent facilitation of the possibility. Responding to a civilian inquiry, Minister Amin confirmed that domain-related activities have been halted in light of 2 letters forwarded by the former president to the ministry. He emphasized the significance of the domain issue, highlighting 3 points identified. He noted that individuals who had previously utilized authorized domains were required to cease their usage upon receipt of the President's letter. While stressing the possession of multiple domains beyond the legal framework, he also pointed to the use of genuine numbers registered to their own numbers. Moreover, Minister Amin reiterated the prior administration had halted the use of the domain due to issues within the Ministry of Transport. He underscored that the present administration does not view illegal activities by certain individuals as grounds for denying access to the service. Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Mohammad Amin has revealed that efforts are underway to develop a taxi line to enhance taxi services. The remarks were made by the minister during the second AHA forum held to address public concerns. Speaking at the forum, Minister Amin observed numerous objections regarding taxi drivers overcharging passengers regardless of the fixed fare. On this stance, the minister indicated that the issue was brought to the attention of the Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation, confirming that measures will be taken to prevent such problems. Highlighting the ongoing efforts to develop a modern taxi line, Minister Amin affirmed that the taxi line will serve prominent services similar to that of Rajya Transport Link RTL. The minister revealed that this initiative has been granted the approval of the cabinet as well. He additionally shed light on the development of the portal and a scan unit required as a part of the initiative. Furthermore, Minister Amin revealed that employment opportunities from the taxi line will be available for all taxi drivers. The minister also affirmed that battery-operated taxis will only be utilized to provide services, ensuring that it serves as a convenience without negatively impacting the environment. Dirago, the largest telecommunications and digital service provider in the Maldives, decides to distribute $0.49 per share as the dividend. The final dividend for this year was passed during the 35th Annual General Meeting AGM of Dirago held at Crossroads, Maldives. Dirago revealed that a total of 125 shareholders were registered to attend the event, including 244 proxy shareholders. The dividend will be paid to those who are registered as shareholders of the company. Dirago recorded revenue of $168 million in 2023, a 1.8% profit in comparison to 2022. Dirago disclosed that this significant progress was attributed to initiatives implemented to expand its services. As such, the introduction of the fixed broadband and the strengthening of the mobile and enterprise segment substantially contributed to the profits. Moreover, the company has upgraded the domestic submarine cable of the nation by introducing 4 additional segments. Official data shows that the French economy grew more than expected in the first quarter and inflation slowed this month, delivering good news to a government burdened with a huge debt pile. The Eurozone's second biggest economy expanded by 0.2% between January and March compared to the previous quarter, according to the INSEE Statistics Institute, which had previously forecast zero growth. It accelerated from 0.1% growth in the final 3 months of 2023. Economy Minister Bruno Le Maire said that to all those who want them to believe that their economy is at a standstill, facts are stubborn, French growth is progressing. He said that it is a new sign showing the solidity of the economy, adding that the government's strategy is paying off. Growth was driven by the country's economic engine, household spending, which rose 0.4% in the first quarter, accelerating from 0.2% in the previous quarter as inflation eases. Alliance trade economist Maxime Darmé said that it is clearly the engine of the rebound. Inflation slowed to 2.2% in April after consumer prices grew 2.3% in March, INSEE data showed. The positive growth and inflation figures come as President Emmanuel Macron's administration is under pressure to rein in the country's mounting debt. France's budget deficit has overshot government estimates, undermining Macron's pledge to bring national finances back on track within the next 4 years. Ratings agencies have cast doubt on the government's debt reduction target. The public deficit widened to 5.5% of gross domestic product in 2023, but the government is sticking to its target of reducing it to 3% by 2027. French debt has grown to 110.6% of GDP, the third biggest ratio in the European Union, EU, after Greece and Italy. China says that rival Palestinian groups Hamas and Fatah met in Beijing recently for in-depth and candid talks on promoting intra-Palestinian reconciliation. Representatives of the Palestinian National Liberation Movement and the Islamic Resistance Movement recently came to Beijing. Foreign Ministry spokesman Lin Jian said, referring to the groups by their formal names. The two sides fully expressed their political will to achieve reconciliation. Through dialogue and consultation, discussed many specific issues and made positive progress, he added, without specifying when the sides had met. Islamist movement Hamas seized control of the Gaza Strip in 2007 after ferocious fighting with rivals in Fatah, which maintains partial administrative control in the Israeli-occupied West Bank through the Palestinian Authority. China has historically been sympathetic to the Palestinian cause and supportive of the two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Beijing has been calling for an immediate ceasefire since the start of the current Israel-Hamas war in October last year, when attacks by the militant group resulted in the deaths of about 1,170 people in Israel, mostly civilians, according to a reported tally based on Israeli official figures. The health ministry in the Hamas-run territory said Israel's retaliatory offensive has killed at least 34,535 people in the Gaza Strip, mostly women and children. Beijing said the two factions had agreed to continue this process of dialogue with a view to achieving Palestinian unity at an early date. Lin said the two sides highly appreciated China's firm support for the just cause of the Palestinian people to restore their legitimate national rights. He did not identify the representatives from Hamas and Fatah who met in Beijing. Robert Lewandowski hit a second-half hat-trick to power Barcelona to an entertaining 4-2 win over 10-man Valencia in La Liga. The champions' victory denies leaders Real Madrid the chance to take the crown by simply beating Cadiz. Los Blancos are 11 points clear of Barcelona with 5 matches remaining. Fermin Lopez sent the hosts ahead before Valencia striker Hugo Duro levelled and Pepelu netted from the spot to turn the game around. Valencia goalkeeper Georgi was sent off late in the first half for handball, and Lewandowski equalised soon after the break before adding another 2 late on. It rained all day in drought-ridden Barcelona, and the threat of a soaking left the Olympic Stadium half empty with an attendance of 30,000. The small crowd might also have been a response to last weekend's Clásico defeat, which laid out the red carpet for Real Madrid to whisk away Barcelona's title as well as the detested slot. La Liga rescheduled the game at only a week's notice, meaning many could no longer attend. Those who were present enjoyed a surprisingly entertaining clash with Barca coach Xavi Hernandez triumphant in his first match after deciding to stay in charge next season. Xavi said that he thinks the team did well, lacked calmness, tranquility, but he is satisfied with the team's attitude. Visitors Valencia, 8th and striving for European football next season, carved out the best early chances. Hugo Duro's flick from close range was saved by Marc-Andre ter Stegen. On loan Real Madrid winger Peter Federico dragged a shot wide when barreling through on goal. Barcelona took the lead when Lopez headed home from Rafinha's whipped cross. The game turned Barcelona's way shortly before the break when Valencia's goalkeeper erred. Lewandowski headed home from a corner to start Barcelona's comeback. Microsoft Chief Executive Officer pledges a $1.7 billion investment in artificial intelligence and cloud computing to help develop Indonesia's AI infrastructure after meeting with the archipelago's president. Indonesia is Southeast Asia's biggest economy and has a population of around 280 million across its sprawling archipelago, with a growing demand for data centers and AI tech in the region. Satya Nadella had talks with President Joko Widodo, popularly known as Jokowi, at Jakarta's presidential palace before delivering a keynote speech about AI in the Indonesian capital. He said the tech giant would provide AI training for hundreds of thousands of Indonesians. He said that he's very pleased to announce that them at Microsoft are going to train 2.5 million people by 2025 across the Asian region. He said that there are 840,000 right here in Indonesia alone. Microsoft said in a statement the investment would be over 4 years. Nadella earlier told Jokowi the tech giant's pledge was the single biggest investment value in the 29-year history of its business in Indonesia, Minister of Communication and Informatics Budiari said in a statement. A Microsoft statement later confirmed it was the company's biggest investment in the country. Research by global consulting firm Kearney showed AI was poised to contribute $1 trillion to Southeast Asia's GDP by 2030, with Indonesia predicted to see more than a third of that, the statement said. Budi told reporters Jakarta was lobbying Microsoft to open a research and development center in Indonesia, including in the planned new capital, Nusantara, that is due to open from August. Microsoft has been hugely rewarded by investors since it aggressively pushed it into rolling out generative AI, starting with its $13 billion partnership with OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT, in 2023. That's all the news we have for today. Thank you all for watching.
Amilla bar verikang kaim kurmaki aunminna kuravidane kamekkan divehi lobeti rayitun qabul kuravva gawmuge minivankan difa kurmaki gawmuge amilla vantakan himaya kurmaki aunminna